at HANKSTERS Daytona. Today I got something really special for you. 1970 Hemi Challenger RT Convertible. 4-speed, that's special. Starting at the front, new sway bar links, new torsion bars, new front disc brake hardware, calipers, correct date-coded 426 Hemi engine. Chrysler new process, heavy-duty Hemi 4-speed. The subframes are absolutely gorgeous on this car. Brake lines are all new, fuel lines new, 2.5-inch Hemi crossover exhaust going toward the back, new sway bar links, new tie rod ends, new pitman arms. Everything on the front end of this car is new, just the way it left the factory. The floorboards don't appear to have ever been disrupted in any way. They still have the original Chrysler splatter sound deadener that was installed at the factory. Pinch welds on the rocker panels where they go onto the floor pans look to be original also. Heading toward the car in the back, it's got a set of Dynaflow mufflers on it. Again, 2.5-inch in, 2.5-inch out. Talk about originality. This car even comes with the original Hemi type, Hemi only K-member with the skid plate built onto it for the deeper Hemi oil pan. It's Hemi only, nothing else ever came with it other than 426 Hemi. One serious original looking car. Heading toward the back of the car, Hemi style reinforced torque boxes for the front spring perches, just as they came from the factory. One more leaf on the passenger side than on the driver's side. Heavy duty drum brakes in the back. Dana 60 carrier, 9 3/4 inch as they came from the factory with a 4-speed car. Brand new gas tank in it. Drop downs and the fenders are absolutely as nice as they were from the factory. New shocks in the front, new shocks in the back, Chrysler type shocks, not aftermarket. It even has the original tie-down tabs that came from the factory whenever the car was shipped. Has the correct 2.5-inch pipes going into the correct exhaust tips out the back. Car's just over the top nice. One of the rarest, most desirable cars that you could ever buy. And here's the special prize of this whole thing, the special on this vehicle. This car's not $400,000. This car's not $375,000. This car's probably a third of that. You can buy this car. It is not a correct 426 Hemi Challenger convertible. If it was, it would be $375,000 to $400,000. You can buy this car from us for $125,000. It's as it was new. The only difference between this and the one that left the factory is the serial number. That's it. Everything else is the same. It's a 4-speed. It's a Dana heavy duty 9 3/4. It's the correct date coded Hemi engine in it. Your torque boxes are Hemi torque boxes. Your springs are Hemi springs. The whole car is a 426 Hemi as it came from the factory in 1970 with the exception of the serial number. What a deal. Shaker hood, power steering, power brakes, correct date-coded motor for a 1970 car, 26-inch heavy-duty radiator on it, correct water pump, correct exhaust manifolds. This car is so correct it's spooky. The car is just, every time we have something that we figure is the ultimate muscle car, somehow we manage to come up with something that somehow tops it. And this is the epitome of muscle car technology as far as it goes. 1970 Cudas and Challengers in a 426 Hemi, and not only a 426 Hemi, but a 426 Hemi 4-speed car with a Dana rear. This is as good as it gets. Again, this car is not $400,000. You can buy this from HANKSTERS for a third that amount of money. And the only difference is that serial number. Everything else is 426 Hemi Challenger, and it is the nicest one that you'll find on the planet. We get into the trunk. The original type jacking instructions, the original reinforcements for your rear spoiler, both sides, all the correct fasteners for them, just as they came from the factory. This is what's really great, is the original Space Saver spare with the jack base and the bracket that's holding the original air canister for inflation of the Space Saver spare. And over here we have the original jack itself in the correct bracketry. This car is just as nice as you would ever find one, and it's original, a 1970 Hemi car as you could ever find. We're just so excited to have this car that we'd really have to do just a separate walk around with it because of how special the vehicle actually is. It's a plumb crazy Challenger convertible. I mean, how much crazier and how much more special can it get than that? Shaker hood, original factory type hood pins. The chrome, the fit, the finish in the front is absolutely phenomenal. If you look at all the gaps on the hood, the trunk, the doors, everything fits exemplary. The fit and finish of this car is second to none. It's got the original factory style rally wheels in it, the correct color argent centers, the badging. There's no marks or anything in the windshield. All the software, the chrome on this car is nicer than it ever was when it left the factory. Obviously the paint is twice as nice as it was ever at the factory. The door gaps, like I stated, are just absolutely phenomenal. When you get into the interior, the rally gauge cluster in the car, no wear on the wooden style wheel. All the gauges function as they should. Original pistol grip shifter, console, no marks in the interior, white, black carpets, no cracks in the dash. The car is just so nice that it goes beyond words. The correct style spoiler in the rear. Correct exhaust tips, like we stated before. The back bumper has no marks, no scuffs on it. The tail lights are beautiful. The fit of the back bumper is just absolutely flawless on both sides. The gaps are even as can be. The original factory style fuel cap is on it, and there's no pits or marks or anything in it. All your side marker lights and the software around them, your brightware, is just as way it was when it left the factory in 1970. The wheel lip moldings don't have any marks or chips or scuffs or anything on them. The door fit finish even on the passenger side. Everything fits as nice as can be. The car has plastic on the floors the way it would have been delivered in 1970. The car is just an exemplary car. Whoever owns this car is going to have the best of the best of the best. And they're going to own it for a third the cost of a real one.